it, mark my words. I am bringing this back. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing something just so exciting. This is Healing My Inner Child right now, and today we are doing my January favorites. I used to love these as a kid. I was like a 10-year-old just waiting at the end of every month to binge watch these YouTubers, mainly like beauty ones, and I would just watch all their favorite beauty products and what they loved that month. Even though I literally couldn't afford it, I couldn't buy it, I never did anything with it. I just was so fascinated by what other people loved, and I knew it was a common thing, and it just kind of dissipated from me too. I'm bringing it back. I'm putting it, mark my words, I am bringing this back. So today we are going to dive into my favorites this month. I'm talking books, I'm talking films, a load of things. So let's just get into it and talk about my favorites. I'm going to start with my books this month. As someone who has made 3 book videos this past month and have like claimed myself as a booktuber in a sense, I did not read a lot this month. 2 books this month. Hopefully that will change. It's January 28th, so I have a couple days to maybe make it 3. But for now, it is 2. The very first book I read this month, it is Daughter of Mine by Megan Miranda. I read this at the very beginning, end of last year, beginning of this year. And I have read Megan Miranda before. I read Such a Quiet Place and I loved it. I love thrillers. I just love how simple and easy they are. I've kind of talked about that before, and so I was really excited to just like get into this. This was the very first book I read in 2025. I was traveling to North Carolina during the time, and it was just the book I pulled out at any point. And thankfully, the cabin we had no Wi-Fi, so you know what I did? I read this book. To give a little synopsis about what this book is about, it follows Hazel Sharp, and she is the daughter of a longtime detective in this very small town in North Carolina called Mirror Lake, and he suddenly passes away, and she goes home to inherit the childhood home. Her 2 brothers are pretty confused because they were the ones to stay behind and help with her dad. She hasn't been home in years. To make it even worse, she's not even blood related to them. And so obviously that causes a lot of tensions, and that's how the book starts out. It's just filled packed with trauma. And she ended up becoming part of that family because her mother, when she was younger, disappeared while she was married to said detective. And when she heads home, she finds more than an empty house. She finds secrets hidden in the walls. And so you kind of are taken through this journey of her trying to solve the pieces of her mother's disappearance, secrets about her father's death, just a whole bunch of load of things that she is trying to uncover. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was ironic that the point I chose to read this book, I was also in North Carolina in a small town, and I was reading this primarily in the room I had, which was in the basement, and there was a scene in the book about the basement and all these scary things down there. So it definitely gave me more spooks than if I was reading it from the comfort of my own bed and not in a random little shack with no Wi-Fi in North Carolina, where the setting of this book was. But nonetheless, I gave it 3 stars because for me it just kind of felt a little drawn out. It was a little slow for me, and I just really was itching for the end. Like I was itching for those answers, and when I got those answers, I just really wasn't satisfied with them. It was just a little anticlimactic for me, and I finished it and I wasn't just like, wow, this is a crazy big story. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. Like that kind of lines up as the foreshadowing of the book was going. So for me, it was okay. It was just a little predictable, but I do love Megan Miranda. I have read her other books, as I mentioned, and I probably will continue reading her books. I feel like they are very good. As you guys saw, I don't have to say much about this one. I read ACOTAR. I'm really not going to go into the specifics. I did make a whole video of me reading it, all of my thoughts, all my predictions. It's very lengthy, so if you want to go watch that, I'm going to link it. Feel free to go watch it. It's one of my favorite videos I've ever made. I did rate it a 3.5, I will say that here, and I will be continuing this series and vlogging it for you guys, so come along the journey to see that. I'm gonna throw this one in here because I definitely am gonna finish it. I just have no idea if it's gonna be this month or next month, but my current read is Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. I'm at the very beginning of the book. I'm on page 84, so not too far into it right now. I'm currently loving it. I think it's really good, and I just can't wait to see where this storyline goes, and I will keep you guys updated. I will say though, it's definitely different writing than what I'm used to, so I think that's why it's taken me a bit to get into this one. Now moving on to my favorite songs of the month. Hi guys, I come to you from a completely different day. I was editing that video back and realized that the whole music portion was blurry, so I knew I can release that, so I'm just gonna refilm this little portion of it and make it a little more interesting and do a drive with me instead and play some of my favorite songs and go get a coffee. So let's go. New location acquired. We're in my car. Anywho, I think I'm gonna go and grab some coffee at Dunkin'. So the first song I'm gonna play is kind of like one of those songs that you just hear and you have to dance. Something about it is just so entrancing. I don't know how to explain it. I just love this song so much. I'm pretty sure the two artists are from New Zealand, and I think it might have been on TikTok for a bit. I'm not really sure. It's like a song you want to hear at the club. It's so perfect and you just kind of want to boogie, you know what I mean? This is Designer by Balu Brigada. This next song, I don't know why, I just gravitate to it. It's something about the instruments and the way it was constructed. The song was so well, and this is just kind of one of those songs that you play while you're driving or in the background or something. It's off the new Mac Miller album, and honestly probably my favorite song on the album. It ain't about money. This is a little bit of a vibe switch up, but we're going to country. I found this song on TikTok, like sad country, and very specific niche here. It's not like girls, trucks, drinks. Like, it's listen to the lyrics and you want to cry. The perfect song to play while you're driving with the windows down by yourself, the sun is setting, and you're just pondering life a little bit or feeling a little nostalgic about someone or something. You just play the song and you get in your feels a little bit. This is House Again. The house you made a home, now just a house again. This is just the most perfect day to play this song. It is actually finally sunny in Florida. Like, no cloud in the sky. It's so beautiful today and it feels like summer. I think the highs today is 83 and I'm feeling myself again. So in honor of that, I'm gonna play you a song that transports me back to having a whole bunch of friends in the car, window down, heading to the beach. You play this song and everyone is just having a good time. This is one of my favorite bands. I love them so much. I've seen them in concert. It's Louie by RC Drive. Hi, could I get a large iced coffee with oat milk and vanilla? Thank you so much. I don't know why I get so stressed ordering. Like, all of a sudden I forget words and how to speak. Have my coffee. Just take a look at this one. I have no words. I had a free reward, so I had to get the large to make my money's worth here, but oh my goodness, I do not think I can finish this. I think my tummy is gonna hurt. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared, but let's do a little taste test. Give it a good stir. A little watery, but not bad. Oh no. Someone handcrafted this drink for me and I am grateful that I can have coffee. Now this last song is the perfect study in the car, having dinner guests over. It's actually my dinner guests are over playlist, which is why I say that, but it's so good for any occasion, and it's an Adele song, but it's an interlude from her 30 album. And when I tell you, I heard this song and I was just in a trance.
I don't know what this song does to me. I could play this song on repeat and never get bored. If you're in love, this is also just the perfect song. I just gotta play it.
Dream about you all night long.
That is where I'm gonna end this portion of the video. I apologize that I had to refilm this, but hopefully this was a little fun. We did a little road trip together, and let's get back to the video.
Last but not least, the films I watched this month. I really did not watch that much this month. Again, I feel like I was really slacking in all these areas, and maybe this wasn't the perfect month to film this, but here I am because I want to get this out to you. So earlier this month, I watched Fantastic Beasts because when I was reading the Harry Potter books, I was also watching the Harry Potter movies, and I've never seen Fantastic Beasts before for whatever reason. I just feel like, I think when it first came out, I felt like I was betraying Harry Potter, and so I was like, nope, I can't do it. But finally watched it, and let me tell you, so good. I usually fall asleep if it's after 9 p.m. and I play a movie. Like, I will for sure be out in 30 minutes snoring. But I was locked in, like fully sitting up engaged with the TV. So rare for me. So definitely a really good movie if you've never seen it. It was just like filled with the perfect amount of like magic and drama, and it was just so entertaining and also just so funny too. I just got myself giggling. Like, it was great. It was great. Next movie I watched was literally like 4 days ago, and it was Back in Action, that new one on Netflix. And again, I was so surprised. I watched it with my parents and my boyfriend, and I wasn't really like too enticed by it when I saw it on Netflix, but then when we watched it, it was so funny. And it's funny because you had like the older people and the younger people in the same room, and all of us were laughing. Like, it was like the perfect amount that it catered to the older adults, and then it like also catered to the younger adults, and it was great. It was the perfect movie to watch as a family, and it was so funny, and nothing else to say. It was perfect amount of action, perfect amount of comedy. It was great. So I already have a whole video walking through my book journal, so I'm not going to go through the pages I've already shown you guys. I'm just going to show you guys the pages I have updated. Here is my personal library, so I went ahead and added the 2 books I read this month. Book of the year. So for January, I put A Court of Thorns and Roses, book series tracker. So I went ahead and put, obviously, A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. I'm making it my whole personality at this point. But this is the series and the one book I read. And as I continue to go, I'm going to fill these spaces out with the colors of the books until it's all done. This is my January spread. You guys have seen this one before. My junk journal page, and put a whole bunch of stuff that represented this month. So it was my birthday month, so I put 22 here. I also put my Receiptify. If you guys know what that is, it's all the songs you listen to. That's pretty much everything on that page. It's not super aesthetically pleasing or anything, but I kind of love that it's just a whole bunch of random stuff. Books I read this month, or not a lot because I only read 2. Again, Court of Thorns and Roses and Daughter of Mine, like I talked about earlier in this video. And I just put title, author, dates, rating, genre, and the page count. And then I put like a little synopsis of what I thought about it. I thought I'd kind of make it a little more fun, little 3D moment in the book. I have my wrap up, so I have the 2 books I read, how many pages, and the average star rating, and then just a quote from one of the books that I really like. And this is how it turned out. I really like how colorful it is. And again, I'm not taking this too seriously, so everything's not super perfect, but that's life, you know what I mean? Here on the next page, I have the videos I made this month. So I just put all of the thumbnails and how many views it got, just kind of for my personal self, just to kind of see my growth, and I thought it was just kind of cute to throw in there. My favorite moments, and here I just wrote memorable things that happened with the people that I love. Put some doodles here. So for example, I have Luke's coffee here because I was rewatching Gilmore Girls for like I don't even know how long, and I put some quotes that people said that I love this month that I wrote down. And then another one doodle is this sweater because it was so cold in Florida. And then I also have like a little wine bottle because I had like a little wine night with my favorite people ever. I've never been happier than making my YouTube videos. And then I made them into stairs, and if you just kind of turn here, it says it's all a journey going up. So stuff like that, that just kind of made the page a little creative and a little fun. This is my February spread. I honestly love it so much. Same thing as January. I put the verse of the month I have, quote of the month, and just some mini goals I have for myself. And I made it into a little love letter because it's February, so I thought it fit the theme. And then here I just put a little banner and it says mindset for February. I think this one's just super cute and a great way to start off the month, and I'm so excited to do the rest of the pages for this month, and I will be working on that later, but that is my journal. I hope you guys enjoyed catching up with me, seeing what I was up to the month of January. I hope you got some new music to listen to, some new books to read, and some new movies to watch. And I hope you enjoyed and also saw a little sneak peek of how my reading journal is going so far. Definitely keep me accountable over here, and hopefully that helps and motivates you to do your reading journal as well. So thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching me and enjoying this little sit down video of ours. I love you guys so much. I will see you guys next Sunday. Mwah. Bye.